Let's do this. So, hi, my name is Agatha. I am a French Canadian, Polish French Canadian, living in Austria already since 7 years. And I am here to spill all the tea of behind the scenes of the tourist industry. So, how the hell did I end up in Austria in the first place? I ask myself this question pretty often. But first of all, I apply for innovation management tours here in Fachhochschule Salzburg. And then I found a really cool company. I was a SDR, and then after I was a sales manager. And so I was taking care of the French-speaking areas. I was selling operation intercommunicational software for employees in hotels. And while doing it, I was traveling a lot. While traveling like a chicken with a head, I tried to be as sustainable as possible. As well, I was observing a lot about really good practices, really interesting, creative, as well as really bad ones, horrible ones in the tourist industry. I might be naive, but I strongly believe that tourism, along with food and humor, are very important components to make sure that we live in a harmony between ourselves on this planet. But we all know that if tourism is not well managed, it can end up being a burden, almost like a disaster for a destination. This YouTube channel is all about the behind the scenes of tourism.
It's all about processes, ideas, people, logistics, travel tips, sustainable tourist processes already put in place.
So anything that actually inspires you, either as a traveler or a professional working in tourist industry.
You may not be fully aware, but tourism is a critical component of the worldwide economy.
Is the third largest economy in the export category. So back in 2019, it was counted as it was basically 7% of the global trade. 1/10 of jobs are actually tourist-related jobs. As well, 100 millions of jobs were at risk. And that just contains the tourist industry without counting accommodation and food services industries. Only accommodation and food services were accounted for 144 million of jobs at risks. You need to have a huge ecosystem around it. So there's a lot of jobs that are like directly or indirectly impacted by it. So we currently are living in pretty shitty times. People don't know how to talk to each other. There's so much miscommunication and assumption made about other people. Internet has opened the doors to the world, but I feel like it's closing the doors to human connections. A lot of people are very entitled about their own opinions, and are jumping to conclusions very fast without very much knowing facts or very much going halfway trying to understand another person. So how can we remedy to this situation? Is it possible that perhaps tourists can help? It takes you out of your bubble. New air, new environment, new people, different perspectives, different new perspectives. The most important element of traveling is that there's no cookies, there's no proxies. So you won't see what you wish to see. You will see the reality. Your travels are your experiences. They're yours. And they're real. And no one can take this away from you. However, tourist industry has a long story with unethical practices. There are many passionate people working in tourist industry. They're all working towards changing those narratives. There are many destinations out there that really do have their shit together. For example, is very much the reason why I started this YouTube channel in the first place. Austria blows my mind every day. Their lifestyle, how they're living, how sustainable they are, and 100% of it can be conveyed into their tourist industry. But it is not just Austria, but in general, there's a lot of destinations out there working very hard to orchestrate a beautiful destination without destroying it. They're very well aware that it will not only help economically speaking, but if it is well perceived, the locals will be able to take advantage of the infrastructures and processes already put in place. So anyways, if any of those information subjects interest you, I will take you through my journey, my adventures, and all the information that I acquire. Hi there! So if you have come along so far away in this video, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'm totally aware that the first videos I'll be doing will be far from optimal. Bear with me as I figure out all this content creation jazz, but there's so much really cool stuff coming up, and I'm very excited. So yeah, again, if that kind of content interests you, don't forget to subscribe. That will mean everything to me. And again, thank you for being here.